Alrighty then. Stream numero do. I don't know. I only speak English, so I'm pretty bad with languages. Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be doing some Automobilista 2 testing in preparation for Project Motor Racing because I believe that this game is pretty close to the to PMR. So, fun fact, moving forward, I don't really want to say out the whole names. It's a kind of a lot. So Automobilista 2 will just be AMS since that's the acronym for it, and PMR is going to be Project Motor Racing. So today we're playing AMS to get ready for PMR. Hope you guys can keep up with that. A little chilly in here, so I got my beanie on and my hoodie, but I'm sure with a little bit of movement in this thing, it's going to warm up quite a bit. So that being said, good morning, everybody. I did, if you notice in the thumbnail picture, I got some new Simagic P1000 pedals. These things are pretty badass because they are quite adjustable. I already have their H-pattern shifter and their handbrake over here. I have a Logitech wheelbase here. This is being replaced. Actually, today it comes in the Alpha Evo Pro wheelbase. So I will be all Simagic when it comes to my input devices. And my rig is from Next Level Racing. So that being said, let's just dive right into here and see what we got going on. So I think what I'm going to do for today in AMS is I'm probably going to do some time trials, practicing with different cars, and I'm also going to give myself some challenges trying to pass cars and maybe even just do some regular old racing. We'll see though. I don't really have too much of a game plan today. Fun fact though, I'm also going to be doing, I've decided, since I don't normally stream during the day, and I know a lot of the viewer base that does follow me that would be possibly interested in this. They work during the day, so they can't actually watch the stream. So not saying that they're going to be up late either, but I'm going to be doing 2 streams a day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Those streams are going to be 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and also 10:30 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. However, tonight, I'm not sure if I'm going to start earlier, simply because I usually do some gaming with the boys earlier in the night. So I might go live prior to 10:30. We'll see. It depends on how I feel and depends on how things are going. But if I feel like there's a reason to go live prior to 10:30 tonight, I will. So there will be 2 sessions a day moving forward just to kind of play with when this goes live and when this wants to get watched by people and stuff like that. So we'll see. But the early days of this is absolutely a grind. So we're going to see how we make out moving forward. So let's get into some racing. All right, Automobilista 2, here we come. So how's everybody's morning so far? Living the dreams? I hope so. Alright, what do I want to practice with? I'm thinking this Sauber Mercedes, man. This thing is fun. And it is in Project Motor Racing, or PMR. So I want to spend some time in this car, as well as time in this car in PMR as well. So I think that's what I'm going to do. In all honesty, I'm already getting warm. Kind of ridiculous. Hold that thought. And we're back. No hoodie this time. No hoodie. There we go. All right, so I think we're going to do Sauber Mercedes around the Nordschleife for a little while. Get some test laps in, see how we do. And as usual, we're using our H pattern because it makes it more challenging. So if you can get good with the H pattern, man, you can drive any kind of transmission. All right, so let's see. All right, let's send it. Our first lap does not count towards time because it's an out lap. So we basically do this to warm the tires up and also warm ourselves up. Whoa, hell no. Cold tires, go easy. So when those tires turn green, that's when we're basically warmed up and ready to go. What do you guys think of the sound of this car? This is one of my favorites. 787B isn't in this sim. I wish it was, because that Mazda 4-rotor, oh baby, that thing sounds good. Oops. Too much, too much. We're just feeling her out. Up. Too much there at the corner. That's okay. Remember, this is an out lap, so it doesn't count towards the time. This is just to warm the car up and get some early lap testing in. Our next lap, we're going to go for it. That ain't it, Evan. I'm stuck in it. Come on, we got it. There it is. All right, here we go. Going for a lap now. This car's a handful, I'll tell you that, especially in these first few turns here. This back and forth, this car wants to slide. That wasn't our best straight right there. Could have won that turn. Oh, wow. Could have won that turn a little faster. Oh, messed that up too. Son of a bitch, that's gonna hurt me. Terrible carousel. Come on, pull yourself together, bro. Oh, we got it. Ah, same one last time. I can't get out of it. Oh, I just fucked this lap. Oof. Getting sloppy. Have a sip of coffee. How we doing? What do we think we're gonna run? 5:45. Where are we gonna land? We're gonna go sub 620 or no? Oh boy! Hey, that's a new lap record, actually. Now, I wonder what we would have ran if we didn't get stuck in the little debris field there for a second there. Because once we got pulled in, we came into that corner a little too hot. And once we get sucked into it, it's there's really no getting out until you slow it back down and crawl out. If I had to guess, that was probably 6:08, maybe. That probably dropped us a good 4 seconds or so. That was pretty slow. All right. Next question. Do we want to do another lap with this car, or... I think we'll switch up a little bit. I kind of want to do some racing. That was fun, though. This car is a lot of fun, I'll give it that. I gotta remember to move my mouse. Alright. Yes. Alright, let's do some racing. I do look forward to this game bringing a career mode this year. They supposedly said they're going to bring it in 2026. We'll see, who knows. But this game's a lot of fun, and I need a solid, I'd say, single-player grind if PMR ends up being kind of a bust. But if PMR is good, then, you know, this will only be come back to for, like, nostalgia reasons, because it is still a solid driving experience. So, well, that is not what we want to use. Arc Camaro? I don't know what that thing is. Alright, so let's go with the Sauber. I want to spend some time in this car today because, again, I do like this thing a lot. You look real busy. Tuna. Where were you last night? Because you would have gotten gapped again. Are you going to show up tonight or what? Because tonight I'll be live. And you'll get to experience the wrath of racing in front of an audience. Or a potential audience if they rewatch it. You tell me, Tuna. Le Mans. I don't know if I want to do Le Mans. I'm kind of feeling a Spa move right now. Let's do some Spa. I feel like the Sauber and Le Mans. I mean, the Sauber and Spa would probably be a good combination. All right, here we go. Also, for anybody who's watching, just a quick little viewer feedback. General thoughts on having quieter music playing in the background versus complete silence. I personally like music just to kind of break up some of the, awkward silence pause. That's just my own personal opinion. All right, is it putting me in first? I don't want to be in first place. Oh, no, that's, never mind. It's putting me in dead last behind the safety car, or in front of the safety car. So I got 36 people in front of me. Oh, you know what? I gotta back out of this. I didn't bump the laps up. That's 36 cars in one lap. That's not gonna happen. So let's do racing at Spa. Let's do 10 laps. How's that sound? Oh, wrong thing. All right, 10 laps. Save. Right now we bumped up the AI from 70 to 80 because it was a little too easy at 70. They slow you down a lot. I want a little more of a challenge, obviously, but we'll see. Quiet music in the back for sure. So how's this music versus voice volume level? I did a lot of recording yesterday or a couple days ago to figure that out, and I think I got it decent, but we'll see. You were sleeping, Tuna? Tuna, you don't have the right to sleep. Not allowed to do that. When you have to be here to race, you can't just sleep. Alright, here we go. Again, we're using the old H pattern. H pattern is where it's at from a fun factor. It's more of a challenge, too. Especially when your force feedback's throwing you around. Actually, you know what? Let's bump the force feedback just a little bit. Where are we at? Force feedback. Let's go 65. We have the wheel maxed out on the device. This is an 11 Newton meter wheel. The one I have coming today is an 18 Newton meter. I don't need anywhere near that since I'm not even maxing out the 11, but, you know, some scenarios you want the extra force feedback. All right. Pretty perfect balance. Sounds good. Appreciate it. Is this Rowdy or Tay I'm talking to? Or Boosted in this case? Alright, here we go with this. Oh, look, this is what I'm talking about with slow AI. They're fast in the straights, but then they like stop in the turns. Oh, wow, way out of the groove. Here I am talking shit about the AI and they're passing me. Caught the corner a little bit, but nothing illegal. Oh, hello. All right. You did that, sir. Back into last place we go. Well, good thing is without the vultures in front of us, we'll be able to make some time back. Oh. Thank you. Oh! Oh! Bad driver. God damn it. No, you do not go on the inside like I just did in that turn, but I decided to try that anyway, and since now's the time to try it, don't want to be doing that in a multiplayer match. Although plenty will, because that's how they drive. Oh no, that's a track cut. Rowdy is busy working. He's a working man. You gotta convince him to get this game, but it's only on computer. And he, you know how he is with technology. Oh, come on, that was all him. That was not me. That one I will not take responsibility for. Alright, let's start working our way up the field. I probably should have done some practice laps on Spa with this car, because I'm not using any kind of braking zone assist, so without any test laps, you kind of don't know what the car can and can't do. Dude, why are you... Damn it. What's strange, though, is that I have all of the penalties on for contacts and stuff, and the game hasn't given me any, so I don't know if the system is just not very good, or it doesn't feel like I've actually done anything that's warrants an actual penalty. Because there's clearly some contact on the field. Alright, let's try this again with this car. Roll out a little. Still going wide. Cautious. Go, baby, go. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Keep it on the track. There we go. Finally, my first unsportsmanlike. Even though I drifted out of the track, but sure. Sure. Sneak in there. All right, remember, always go wide. Not bad that time. Can always count on the AI to brake early. And that's where you overtake. Risky. Technology and him are not friends. Thank you. Woo! Oh boy. Oh, hello. Ah! Oh shit. I got all greedy and happy that I passed those guys, and then, well, the rest is history. Oh man. I'll blame the new pedals, right? I don't know the brake yet. It's the one on the left. Oh, my Atlanta. This car is a drive, man. And also, too, once one of those tires touches the grass, it just pulls you in. Clear brakes. Oh, whoa, wow. All right, it's gonna be the third time I try and pass these guys. Are we gonna go for a fourth? Scale of 1 to 10, rate my driving. Driving being the best, or 10 being the best. God, this car. Nice and easy. Don't go underneath any cars right now. All right, quick pause. Quick pause. I got to use the little boys' room. I should have done it before I started this race. But anyway, 10.7. Oh boy, that's good, right? Technology and him are not friends, but once the game room is moved, it'll be easier for him to figure out PC sim stuff. Yeah, you got to come by, and I at least want to download this game for him and set it up on computer. Computers are easy. It's Windows that's terrible. And I'm a computer guy. I love the computer technology, but like if they had a Windows tries to be too holding your hand, and it's because it holds your hand, it fights you. So it's like really like a smart ECU in a bike. What am I looking for? Here's what I'm looking for. Be right back. And we're back. Hats off now. Gloves going back on. Alright, so where are we at? We're in 7th place, up from... What was I in? 36th? I think 37th was the safety car. So... We've moved up 29... No, sorry. Math is hard. Yeah, we moved up 29 positions. I might have killed some of the drivers on the way, but hey. Alright, so the plan is let's get in 1st place. Obviously win. But the second challenge I'm going to give myself for this is I got to beat that guy's lap time. 2:17.05. And I'm at... I already did, never mind. Beat it by 5 seconds. That's how you know I keep making big mistakes. Alright, ignoring that challenge. Oh, shit. I don't know what gear I was just in. I pulled my shifter out of gear. We're gonna find out. Car might not be happy. Here we go. That turn is so difficult in this car. And it is so easy in any GT3 car or slower GT car. That's what I like about this car, though. It's a wild ride. It's hard to drive, but that's what makes it so fun. Because you're like, the entire time you're driving it, you're right there on the edge of crashing. Even when you're in control, it's like, one little zig instead of zag, and next thing you know, you're hitting a car, putting it in the wall. I think Group C cars are some of the baddest cars to ever exist in racing. Oh! That's not nice. One thing Automobilista has done well with their AI, they give up the if they don't have the line or the advantage going into a turn, they will give it up. Whereas an online player will fight you and then crash you because of it. And I've done it several times in this accidentally, fighting for lines. Oh, fuck. Get back on the track. Don't get a penalty, Evan. Alright, let's catch up. You can stand to bump the AI up a tad. Yeah, I agree. Not if I keep doing this stupid shit, though. Overshooting turns like a noob. Alright. Let's focus up. We got 4 positions to get, and we don't even see them. Means we gotta do some driving. There's P4. Oh my God. I gotta figure that turn out in this car, because that ain't it. Second track warning. Come here. Three laps to go. 4 positions to gain. I do not know that turn well at all. Jesus, this car is loose. Alright, there's the rest of the pack right there. They're in a bunch. Let's make up some ground and try and catch them. Alright, we gotta go slow here. I don't trust this turn. This is one of my worst turns so far. Alright, that was slow, but smooth is slow, and smooth is fast, or so they say. Alright, we got 2 laps. We got to get in front of this pack for P1. We got to do it safely. I am definitely going to have to do some test laps with this car on this track to figure out Spa because... Alright, here we are. Safely. Oh, whoa, hey, buddy. Brakes. Alright, we got P1. Now we gotta drive smart and hold it for another lap. That ain't it. A little late on that braking zone. Alright, last lap. No mistakes. So, fourth gear. Don't go into fifth before that turn's not worth it. Because it just puts you into a bogging situation coming out of the turns. Jeez. We just lost a half a second on that turn from personal best. Alright, that was one of our better turns. That was decent. All right, here we go. That was decent. That was our best one, I think, this whole race. And boom, we win. All right, let's take the cool down lap to talk about my performance. Coffee break. All right, so a lot of mistakes. I definitely could have gotten in front of that pack at that difficulty a lot sooner. I think I was backwards on this track 3 times, maybe. Crashing on the cooldown lap, that's always good. Alright. So, where can we improve? Besides everywhere, obviously. I would say number one thing, we have to learn the car more than we got to learn the track. Because I have spent a good amount of time on GT3 cars on this track. And while you can't tell based off my performance here. This car is very slidey and unpredictable. It's weird. It's predictably unpredictable, or unpredictably predictable, whichever one works better for my excuse. But I gotta figure out entry, exit, how hard to get on the brakes and when to get on the brakes a little better. I think what we might do I don't know what we might do. Alright, let's park this bitch in the pits and complete this race. Come get gapped, Mr. Rowdy. Whew, that car is a drive. Alright. Got the win on with the Sauber. Is the H pattern non-negotiable? For the sake of entertainment, yes. And not to mention, too, using the H pattern makes me better for when it matters when I'm not using the H pattern. Because if I can take my focus, because normally when you're competitive racing, especially in a sim, most races are paddle shifting. And from a shifting standpoint, paddle shifting is the easiest, without a doubt. Obviously, automatic is the easiest, but it's also the slowest in the best case scenarios. So the reason why I'm sticking with the H pattern is because, for one, it's a lot of fun, and two, it makes me a better driver for when it matters when I'm not using the H pattern, because I'm distracting myself by taking my hands off the wheel, making sure I'm finding the right gear by muscle memory, whereas if I just have to move my fingers, click, 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 and that's a lot easier than figuring out where to move the H pattern. All right, so what was our fastest lap? 2:09. See, that's what I'm saying. We didn't get in the lead until lap 9, the end of lap 9. And P2, their fastest lap was 2:17. So I had 8 seconds on them from a fastest lap to fastest lap standpoint. And there were that last lap was decent, but there were a good amount of mistakes in that. I think my own personal skill set, just a little bit of tweaking, I could probably run a 2:04, 2:05 on that track with this car, or on Spa with this car. But learning the car is the most important thing. So, but yes, as far as the H pattern being non-negotiable, for the sake of practice and fun, yes, I want to keep using it. Oh boy, I just got lots of YouTube notifications from Project Motor Racing. God, please let it be good and not a flop. It's going to be a bummer if it's a flop. If you spend enough time playing games like I have, you know that it's not going to be perfect out of the gate. I am fully expecting problems. Glitches, things not to be... It's looking like the AI is probably going to be pretty rough out of the box. That's okay. It's not a big deal. As long as the driving experience is good, and like the physics and the way everything operates, and it's easy to race friends, which is what like a lot of these sims, like this sim, AMS, it's very easy to race friends. It's insanely easy, but it's only on computer. That rules out, I would say, probably 75% of the gaming population. That being said, because it's a computer-only game, it's better. Because it's only built on this platform around computer stuff. Like, I guarantee you, this game, like Rowdy, for example, since you're here, this would not be a game that you would be faster on controller. You would be faster on a wheel, because this game was built and developed on a computer on a wheel, and backwards support for controller, whereas every console game, F1, Gran Turismo, they're all built on a controller and then unilaterally developed with a wheel as well. But that being said, this game is specifically not going to be a good controller experience, which I'm okay with. Ooh, Watkins Glen, man, that's another fun one. It's short though, and it's easy. Kind of want to challenge. So this is a track that I am terrible on, is Laguna Seca. It's not my track, and it's a popular one too. Rowdy really loves his H pattern. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's do 5 laps on this. Actually, no, let's do 10 laps on this. This is a short track. I have a little bit of time on this track. Honestly, this is a very easy track with the exception of this turn and this turn. You just got to brake early. That's it. Let's do it, because the reason I want to do this track is that I'm going to be able to talk and less focus. Yeah, Rowdy, this is the game. This is the game. Let's just hope PMR is, if PMR is as good, I'll say this. If PMR is as good as this, they've won. Because it's on all consoles with crossplay. That's huge. This game is so much better than Gran Turismo from a pure racing standpoint. It doesn't even compare. But its inaccessibility being PC only makes PlayStation, even though PlayStation is, or Gran Turismo is specific to PlayStation, there are a lot more people on PlayStation, and not to mention, affording a PlayStation is a lot easier than affording to build a decent computer. You could easily play this computer on a $1,500 computer, but $1,500 is twice as much, and by easily plays, you can play this on a much cheaper computer too, but I'm saying and get a top-tier experience on a $1,500 PC, because I'm getting 144 frames. If I uncork that, I'll do that actually right now. I'm going to have to back out quick, because you can't change graphics settings in a race. I'll show you what this game gets for frames when I turn off the 144 Hz limitation. It's actually quite a bit different. Now, mind you, I can't see past 144 frames because I'm on a 144 Hertz panel here. Wrong one. Right here. All right. Now you're going to see my actual frame rate when it's unrestricted. Now, yes, I have essentially 2 of the baddest components on the planet when it comes to producing frames, but I'm also playing this game maxed out at 4K. I'm streaming, and I'm recording all with the same hardware, which recording and streaming uses horsepower, computer horsepower, that is. So, if you're not streaming and you're not recording, your frames are only going to go up. So I'm getting 200 frames right here. And what am I going to get in the race? Yeah, look at my frame rate. So for reference, I'm getting 300 frames right there. Not the whole time, but a good amount of the time. PS5 Pro. Now mind you, this is a hypothetical scenario, but if I had to guess, PS5 Pro at this graphics setting would not even get 60. Because remember, this is true 4K. This is not upscaled. Jesus, guy. Or anything of that nature. I fucked that all up. That's why you don't ever take your eye... Jesus! That's why you don't take your eyes off the road, ever. It was in 17 that has dropped me back to 25th because I looked over at chat. Oh, what a dummy. When are we gonna get out of this yellow here? Can I pass this guy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Are we ever going to leave caution here or what? I'd like to pass you guys now. Look at the road. How much more time we got on this? I'm about to restart this and turn off cautions if this doesn't stop. This will be the second complete lap under a caution. Alright, I'm over. We're backing out of this. This is ridiculous. Exit. I don't know what that was about, but that's the second time in this game now where it goes under caution and stays under caution. And I don't know how many laps we're supposed to do under caution before... where is it? Full course yellow. Let's turn this bitch off. Save. Alright. Let's also bump the AI a little bit. Let's go 90. Let's get risky. Alright, now we got no cautions. Because we killed 2 laps of potential passing there. Obviously, me looking at chat and dropping back 7 positions or 8 positions didn't help. But we moved up from 36 to 17 or 16 in 2 laps. Maybe 3 laps. So, got to bump the difficulty up a little bit. The AI goes to 120. We just bumped it to 90. Last stream we were on 70. Nürburgring's tough though because there's so little opportunities to pass without hitting people, and we want to pass without hitting. If you got to plow everybody off the road, then it's a lot easier to get in front of people. But that's called racing illegally. I think I gotta change my brake spring, because there's 2 springs in it. I want to make one of the springs a little bit harder to give you more of the sensation of a progressive rate brake. Oh! Alright, we are up to 18th now. AI is still a little too easy for this kind of track. But let's not say that too soon. As far as I'm concerned, if we can't get P1, we can't bump the difficulty. That's the rule. Oh, too hot, too hot, too hot. Return to race position 17, huh? What a dick. It's getting a little harder to pass because as this, the crowd, or we go deeper into the crowd here, they are a little more challenging, so this might actually be harder than I thought initially. We'll see. I got 6 laps to go. Not making any ground up here. Damn. Alright, let's try something on this next turn. This might hurt us, but we'll give it a shot. I'm gonna brake late and hard. Well, it was a little aggressive, but they got us a position. Alright, now that we're back in the crowd, it should be easier to gain some Need to be able to draft. That's the key. And because there's so much of a spread between cars, you don't have the draft. Late break. Alright, I'm getting closer though, so if I can get in their draft, I at least want to get top 10. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're in their draft. About to be a braking zone, though. Alright, we got them. Alright, we're in position 9, so we're top 10. I think they're probably going to be too far to catch because I'm nowhere near a draft. That was way too early of a break, but braked way too early and then got back on the gas when I should have been braking harder when I was on the gas there, but just braked later. My problem with this track is I gotta pick a landmark for a braking zone. I haven't really done that yet. Let's try this. That's too late, so I can't wait for the first cone. And that should be race. P1000. The only way I could probably place better, yes, I could probably get a couple positions from a little bit better driving, but that's got to be more of an endurance race. Which is kind of what I expect from bumping the AI up to a certain level. You're going to need to catch them a little bit at a time per lap. It's not easy. That's a lot of fun, though. This car is a lot of fun. Alright, let's park this bitch. Whoo! Alright, now we gotta figure out what's next. Besides taking a piss again. And eating my brunch. Oh, it's actually my breakfast, but I know most people aren't on my timeline. So, fun fact, I sleep from about 3 a.m. to about 9. That's my span. Alright, let's view replay for now. While I go eat my breakfast. All right. I think I want to do a Daytona run. All right, we're going to do some ovaling here. Not even the fun track. We're going to do the tri-oval. And we're just going to see how drafting in this game works. 10 laps. I don't know if that's going to be enough for that grid, since the primary place the AI slows down is in braking zones. So let's give it a shot, see what we do first, before I change anything. Three turns. 2.5 miles. Daytona. Just got an email. My Track Racer TR8 new cockpit says it should be here Friday. Very good. I got your MPI wheel here. And potentially your Momo wheel. I think you should get this Momo wheel. I'm just being honest. This is my favorite. This thing is so fun to drive. But here's the thing. I am not the norm. I love Alcantara wheels. Most people hate them. I love them. Yeah, you need to wear gloves, but like, there's such a premium feel to Alcantara. My new wheel's not Alcantara. It's kind of a bummer. The one that comes with my my Simagic hub or base. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get this on. Oh my god, helps to put it in... We're gonna restart that. I was so focused on the clutch that I forgot to put it in gear. What a noob. Oh dear, I just did that. That just happened. Alright, we're in gear this time. I swear. Let's try one more time. There we go.
He's outside. Clear. Got one low. Two on your inside.
This is interesting. Where did this audio come from?
One low.
Alright, that's gotta go. I can't have that guy in my ear the whole time. What's that would be? Audio. Hit radio volume. Let's turn you down to 50 at least. Try that. Alright, let's give this a go. This music is, this is real life, no reset button. Listen. Kinda like that, right? Alright, let's regroup here. I do not like that audio mix. That like neutered the sound. Alright. Here we go. Hold the wheel this time. I get put in last place? I don't remember that happening. Not being able to catch someone's draft, man, it kills you. This is ridiculous. I am going to restart for a 4th time. This time, maybe we can figure shit out correctly.
Got one high. Still high. Outside. One high. Is clear. Drafting behind. Half length behind. One outside.
Pin it to win it! Give me that draft.
Got one high. One high. You are clear. You are 4 wide.
Oh! We're good. It's all good. It's all good.
You are center 3 wide.
It's all good.
Inside. Rear
Nothing
corner,
to see here.
Clear. Got one low. 2 on your inside. One low. You're clear. Is 2 lengths back.
Now we gotta catch the next pack. This is the hard part. Oh my god. This is giving me a shoulder workout, that's for sure.
Lengths behind.
24.
He's in your slipstream. One low.
Oh. All right. I think we're done with the Daytona test. That ain't it. Ooh. All right, let's pick something a little more driving. I don't know how anybody does oval racing. It's so boring. What do we have for tracks? Ooh, dirt tracks, eh? Now let's try a dirt track. Obviously not with this car, but let's see what else we got. Formula Dirt. Say less. This might get chaotic. H pattern, of course. Oh. This is an interesting little song here. All right. I can't see shit. The fuck? Rip the steering wheel out of my hand, why don't you? Ugh, same corner again, same problem. Almost had it. Little too hot into that turn. Almost made the same mistake again. This guy is not joking around. This is rough, man. This son of a bitch. I can't shake him. I need to put some distance on this guy. Where is the track? Oh, this is a tough one. Alright. Wrong gear. Fuck. Money shifted. That hurt. And that's why I like the H pattern. This definitely should have been a 5-lap race. In fact, I've had enough. Alright, as far as I'm concerned, I won that race. That was boring for me, so I'd imagine it was boring for you. So, it was fun at first when I was trying to run through the pack, but 5 laps of that, that's about all I can do. All right, so let's change this up again. Let's see, what else we got? There's so many tracks in this game. That's a problem with a game that is packed with content. I don't know what to do. So many good choices. Hockenheimring. Let's try out some Interlagos with the Viper. All right. This will be a little more fun than the last one we just did. That was rough. Although I don't know Interlagos at all, so this will be interesting. Probably going to do a lot of crashing. I need another coffee. All right. Jesus Christ! That's one way to pass. God damn. Yeah, we are gaining no ground on these guys. Nothing. Alright. Some of these races where I'm just doing laps, I lose interest in. Now, if it meant something, obviously, to win the race or to keep trying, that's one thing. But when I'm just playing follow the leader, I have to figure something else out. Alright. So I will say, I gotta lower the difficulty a tad for some of these, like, more complex style races. Come on. So, what I want to do... I know the ring fairly well, so let's do that. Let's get back in my tried and true Sauber Mercedes. Real quick, I'm gonna make myself a coffee though, because I need one. All right, boys. It is go time. All right. We're going to take the Sauber around the Nordschleife. And hopefully we can get ourselves to the front of the pack on this one. I don't know. AI is a little more difficult this time. And this car's hard to drive. And it's the Nordschleife, so let's get to it. Not a bad tune for free. Well, I paid for it, but copyright free, I should say. All right. Enough of that nonsense. Here we go. One mistake. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if we can run anybody down. Out of my way, slowpoke. Dude, come on, man. Back in last place again. AI needs to be a little more intelligent. Excuse me. Oh, that was good. I'll take that. But I gotta set the laps. I didn't realize that till the last turn. Oh, I was hoping that was gonna be a photo finish drag race at the end, and I did get him for P13. I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna do 2 laps. Whew, that's intense. That is such a good time. Like, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about fun. That is a battle. Where I'm fighting the car. It's not just me versus some dumb AI. Alright, so let's do 2 laps. Let's do that again. Hopefully, honestly, I feel like I could get P1 on this if those crucial couple accidents that put me back in last place twice didn't happen. But the problem with this track is that there's a lot of people and very little road to pass. Here we go. Again. That ain't a good start, but we got lucky. We didn't lose any position. AI is weird. It's like they're intelligent sometimes, and then they're not so intelligent some other times. Move up this pack slowly and slowly. Split the middle, that works. Out of my way, boys. I got places to go. P7. I'll take that P6. Go outside because they're slow. Ah, maybe that was a mistake. Oh, shit. Back in the race. Come on. You got it. You got it. All right, 3 positions to go. Like skating on this track. There they are. There's the 3 locusts right there. I'm trying to not just overtake for the sake of overtaking because I don't want them to crash me. And I know that's what they want to do. All right, let's get away from them so they can't draft. All right, home stretch. Did that all in a lap. I still got 1 whole lap left. Oh. Bye-bye. Easy, baby, easy. Let's just go for a lap now. downshift right there, no reason to. Ah, I fucked up. Too much. We got it though. Didn't hurt us that bad. Out of the groove. Home stretch right here. Boom. Whoo. That is a beating on your body. I can't even begin to explain how intense that is. For anybody out there who's watching and has never done any kind of sim racing or anything like that, you owe it to yourself to give it a shot. Even try someone else's setup. You know, it doesn't take much to get you hooked on it. But when you get hooked, you get pulled in. Like, I've played a lot of video games my entire life. That's a big part of why this channel is evolving into a lot of sim racing. I like technology, I like racing, and I like video games. Those three things, how do I combine them? You're looking at it. So, I played a lot of video games growing up. My first game console was a regular old Nintendo, NES. Then Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and so on. I had everything ever since. Video games outside of single-player games have gotten very dry to me lately because I'm tired of the Call of Duties. I'm tired of the first-person shooters, the grind, the iPhone-like generational cycle yearly. And outside of playing good storyline single-player games, video games for me was starting to get, like I said, very stale. I had Gran Turismo for a while, and I tried it on controller. Nah, not there, nothing interest. And then I went out on a business trip. When I came back, I ordered myself a G923 Logitech wheel and your basic shifter and pedals. And I decided to try Gran Turismo again. And it was a completely eye-opening experience. To the point where I was like, alright, I'm gonna get into this sim stuff, because I knew I wasn't even playing with sim stuff. I was just playing with a leveled up experience that was a video game. And the rest is history. Money well spent. I'm having way too much fun doing this. The right games that are sims, that really focus on the details, combined with the right components, the right setup. How the hell do you argue with this? This blows away every other gaming experience I've ever had that isn't driven by a story or a narrative. This is just going down the road, racing. Man, that was just a made-up scenario right there, where I put a bunch of cars in front of me, did 2 laps on the Nürburgring, and a Sauber Mercedes, one of my favorite Group C cars. Stick shift. And the entire rig is vibrating to duplicate this car in real life. What an experience. That being said, let's get to the end of this cooldown lap. I just felt like I needed to have a little heart-to-heart there. getting there. My goodness. Let's watch the replay of that. That was good. Oh boy. Alright, alright. That was good. That was fun. Man. I didn't even see what I ran. What was my fastest lap? Shit, I didn't see it. I do have to reconfigure my brake because I did switch out one of the brake springs. So I am going to have to dial that back quick. Alright. Let's take this off here for now. One thing about this wheel is it blocks a lot of the screen. It is a heavy brake now. I'll say that. Alright, so I'm probably not going to go as long as I did Monday, only because I'm going to be streaming tonight, and I do have some things I got to get done during the day, but I'm also figuring out too how much time I want to devote to either, because at nighttime, it could be the better time to do this. It's hard to say. So... God, it's so hard to get off the Nürburgring because the Nürburgring is so fun. I don't know Le Mans well, that's the only problem. Let's do some Watkins Glen. I like Watkins Glen. Alright. 36th place. Oh, shit. I didn't change the laps. We'll get there. Let's do 10 laps. All right, first gear, here we go. sorry, buddy. My bad. I'm new around here. Jesus. It's sometimes really hard to anticipate how aggressive the AI is going to brake, especially when you have a good idea of where you're supposed to brake, and they're way early. So like, even I braked early right there, and they braked way before me. Oh, man. Sure, just stop me from turning, bro. Alright, P1000. Whoo! Snuck right in there. Didn't quite sneak in there. We got it though, we're good. Brakes. Fourth place. Getting sloppy. I keep looking away and it's causing me to crash. Oh. Did it again. Look down at chat. Only takes a split second, and then it's over. That's why texting and driving is so bad. Let's see what happens when I do this. Wow, I don't think that's realistic at all. Let's let them catch up a little. I want to do a little bit more racing before this is over. Come on, guys. Toying with them. The AI difficulty seems very inconsistent, I'll say that. It's like certain tracks, they're just not fast. This is the same guys that I couldn't catch on Daytona at all. You can clearly tell I'm just fucking off right now till this race ends. Alright, that is gonna be my last race of the day. Well, of the first stream of the day. I figured I would stop at about 1 o'clock Eastern time today. Get a little bit of racing in, a little streaming in. And then I'll be back on tonight. I don't know if I'm going to choose to be on at 8 o'clock or at 10:30. I'm thinking 8 o'clock, but it depends. Like I said, I got to swap over my wheelbase and make sure all my hardware is dialed in before just committing to a time. So I will announce it, but I'll be interested to see how audience participation happens in the late hours compared to the earlier hours. But folks, for those of you who were here, who watched, who participated, I thank you. And hopefully, I will see you all tonight. Until then, I need a line to say. I can't say stay salty, my friends. That's the most interesting man in the world. So for now, I'll just say, rubber side down.